I've always found imaginary friends creepy. You hear these stories about children having imaginary friends that are the ghosts of Confederate soldiers, or children who point to pictures of dead relatives and say, "That's Grandpa, he plays with me every night." I hate those stories. I always hoped my own kid would not have the necessary imagination. But when we moved into the townhouse, it turned out she did. A few weeks after the move, she loudly declared the existence of her imaginary friend at the kitchen table. "I played with the clown last night, Mummy." The clown? I frowned. She didn't have any clown toys. I had seen it at an impressionable age, and my relationship with clowns has been strained ever since. No clown toys were allowed to enter the household. "Yes, the clown came to my room and played with me after you went to sleep." Oh God, I remember thinking, why did it have to be a clown? "Was the clown nice?" I asked carefully. "Very nice. He gave me chocolate." I frowned, but a smile tugged at the corner of my mouth. Of course her imaginary friend would give her chocolate. She loved chocolate. "Sweetie, you know you're not allowed to eat chocolate, right?" I smiled at her. She giggled. "But it was magic chocolate, the kind you can eat and eat and eat and eat and never get a tummy ache." That sounds like really good chocolate. It is. I reasoned that the move had triggered the need for an imaginary friend. It wasn't surprising. Our old apartment was in a building with a few other kids, while our neighbors at the townhouse were all older. There were certainly kids in the area, but none would play in the adjacent yards. Instead, we had an elderly couple on one side and a slightly younger widower on the other. Neither had grandchildren that came to visit, so the yards were empty. So Ellie made up an imaginary friend. It wasn't too strange. I just didn't understand why on earth she had to go and make up a clown. It went on for years. I learned that the clown lived in her closet, and that he was very nice, and that he would give her magical chocolate sometimes. At one point, she stopped talking about him, and I hoped that it would be the end of it. I asked her about it. "So you don't play with the clown anymore?" "No," she said, drawing out the O. She was trying to find a smile, looking down at her feet. She wasn't very good at lying. "Ellie, are you telling me the truth?" "No." "Why not?" "He told me not to tell. It's a secret." "But you can always tell Mummy any secret, right? Telling Mummy is always allowed." Yes, he still comes and plays with me, but he doesn't give me chocolate anymore." And so it went. Slowly, it seemed, that the clown became less friendly. "Mummy, I don't like the clown anymore." "Oh, really?" I said, relieved. "Why not?" "I don't know. I just don't like him anymore." "Well, you don't have to play with him if you don't want to, you know." "But he's in my room." "Well, then tell him not to come to your room." She nodded gravely. Maybe I'll do that." A few days later, she brought up the clown again. "Mummy, the clown didn't like it when I told him I don't want to play with him anymore." No, people often don't like it when you tell them that," I responded while reading the newspaper. "Do I have to play with him?" I lowered the newspaper, looking at her across the breakfast table. I never had imaginary friends. I didn't really know how they worked. It seemed to me she could just stop making him up. "No, sweetie, you don't. Tell him that your mummy said that you're not allowed to play with him anymore, okay?" "Okay, but I don't think he likes you." I couldn't wait for her to grow out of it. Soon after that conversation, we had a stroke of luck. The widower next door was put in a home or something, and a family with 4 kids around Ellie's age moved in. Ellie didn't talk about the clown anymore. It seemed that having other kids around made the imaginary friend obsolete. I was grateful. The image of a clown in her bedroom at night unsettled me from the start. Well, that's what we thought at the time, at least. But now, after Ellie went off to college, we decided to turn her bedroom into a home office. My husband was knocking down the huge old closet in her room while I was getting the room ready to be painted. Honey?" he said, uncertainly behind me. "You might want to take a look at this." "What did you do now?" I asked, immediately assuming that he had accidentally damaged the wall or something. Nothing, just, you might want to see this. I turned around, only to see a small door in the wall, leading into a dark space. What the hell? I know, right? Mark stuck his head into the little space, reaching out an arm. Wait, there's another door here. What? I felt my heart beating in my chest. Can you get a flashlight? Yeah, sure. I ran downstairs and grabbed a flashlight. I was out of breath when I was back in the room. So the door leads to the Joneses' bedroom closet. What? I said again, not quite comprehending what was happening. I opened the door and on the other side there was a bunch of suits hanging. Joneses' closet. What? Why? I don't know. Give me the torch. I handed it to him, swallowing hard. He turned around and walked into the small space. Lisa? He said in a flat voice. You might want to see this. What do you see? Just come in here. I walked over, my heart in my throat, not wanting to see whatever it was he had found. Mark pointed the torch into the small space in the wall. There, in the space in the wall, between the two parts of the house, was an old-fashioned clown costume. The realization hit. I felt dizzy. I suddenly knew why Ellie's imaginary friend had disappeared. Ellie hadn't stopped seeing the clown because she got real friends. Ellie had stopped seeing the clown because when the widower next door went away, he stopped dressing up as a clown and sneaking into her room every night.